Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lamar Viking Diamond for this evening 6A varsity matchup between the Bowie Volunteers and your Lamar Vikings. Starting lineups for today's game. First, for the visiting Bowie Volunteers, batting first is shortstop number 4, Alan Mancias. Batting second in center field, number 13, Francis Medina. Batting third at third base, number 15, Mateus Castillo. Batting fourth at catcher, number 21, Josh Yamas. Batting fifth at first base, number 12, Justin Sharp. Batting sixth in right field, number 11, Zach Casey. Batting seventh at second base, number 23, Zach Dews. Batting eighth in left field, number 7, Anthony Weikizer. Batting ninth, the starting pitcher, number 20, Mike Dews. The Volunteers are led by coaches Lucas and Shaw. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Lamar Vikings. Batting first at shortstop, number 15, Cameron Weil at short. Batting second, your starting pitcher, number 9, Sean Kelly on the mound. Batting third at catcher, number 22, Jose Gutierrez behind the plate. Batting fourth at first base, number 17, Braden Chambers at first. Batting fifth at third base, number 8, Bryce Cox at third base. Batting sixth in center field, number 3, Kyle Foster in center. Batting seventh, designated hitter number 20, Preston Gomez the DH. Batting eighth at second base, number 18, Harrison Griffith at second. Batting ninth in right field, number 7, Brendan Schaefer in right. The starting left fielder, number 5, Omir Abdallah. The rest of your Lamar Vikings are Evan Zelm, Jack Austin, Matt Clark, JT Gross, Charlie Frawley, William Bell, Adrian Rodriguez, Bradley Missel, and Mason Womack. The manager is Yadi Paigan. Head coach Paul Kino, assistant varsity coach Damon Evans. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and honor our nation's flag as you are able to rise? And remember all of those who have served our country so proudly as we play the national anthem. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lamar Viking Diamond. Today's game is sanctioned by the University Interscholastic League and being played according to all of its rules and regulations. Our ceremonial first pitch tonight is being thrown out by A.J. LaHue. Go ahead, A.J. Let's give A.J. a big hand. And remember, baseball fans, good sportsmanship is not only shown on the field by the umpires, the coaches, and the players. Let's all be great role models as we support both teams in tonight's game. Concession stand is open and operating with all kinds of great things to eat or drink. Freshly grilled items, candy, chips, pretzels, popcorn, sodas, drinks, everything you need to enjoy dinner at the ballpark. It's a great way to enjoy the game. And remember, as always,
best prices guaranteed.
And when you're finished with your eats and drinks, please put your trash in the cans, not the stands. Let's keep the Lamar Viking Diamond a beautiful place to be. Starting battery for the Vikings today. Behind the plate, number 22, Jose Gutierrez. Gutierrez, the catcher, and on the mound, your starting pitcher for the Vikings, number 9, Sean Kelly. Kelly on the mound for your Vikings. Well, hello, baseball fans, and welcome to this broadcast of Lamar Viking Varsity Baseball, brought to you by the Lamar Viking Baseball Booster Club. I'm Bill Frawley, going to be flying solo on the air tonight. Got my brother-in-law Mel Skaggs up here running the scoreboard and helping me with stats and spotting and keeping me honest about some of the things I say. Al Qualman, who's been up here most of the season, is in Fiji, and I don't know if he's tuning in or not, but if you are, hello, Al and Leslie. And I will say it is not a beautiful night for baseball. It's overcast. We had some lightning in the area. We're fortunate to be getting this game underway as close to 7 o'clock as we are. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Baseball fans, in case you know someone anywhere in the world that can't be at the game tonight, let them know they can tune into a live webcast, audio and video of tonight's game. Go to lamarnation.com. That's lamarnation.com and click on live stream. If they're on a mobile device, they might have to go to menu to get to live stream. Leading off for the Volunteers, shortstop number 4, Alan Mancias. Well, the Vikings come into this game a little bit roughed up, if you will. They've got some players who are injured. They've had some who have been injured. First pitch in there low, ball 1. Sean Kelly on the mound tonight, typically plays shortstop. They've had to rearrange some pitching assignments. Bradley Missile, usually the ace number 1 pitcher on the early part of the week, is out so far. Sean pitching tonight on Friday night. Foul ball is going to be even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Vikings, they took it on the chin Tuesday night at Bowie, falling 10-1 over there. And again, just struggling this season with some injuries, but hoping to get things back on track here at home tonight. We did have some lightning in there, a little bit of rain, no hail here at Lamar. Heavy rain over at Bowie and some lightning. There's a fly ball that goes out towards right field. Going to be in foul territory and almost caught by right fielder Brendan Schaefer, but couldn't quite make the catch. He saw that fence and wisely dropped down and slid and just couldn't quite bring that one in. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hail up in Denton County, and some rain over there at Bowie, and too much lightning to be able to get either the JV or the freshman game played tonight. No word yet on whether those are going to be rescheduled. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Alan Mancias. That pitch is high for ball 2, evens up the count at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Kelly. It's a line drive, 1 hopper to the second baseman. He picks it up and throws over and gets him. What a great play by the freshman Harrison Griffith. This unbelievable play at second base brought to you by Harrison Griffith. The next batter is going to be center fielder number 13, Francis Medina. So, as some of the revolving door has had to happen here, we have a freshman playing second base. Now, this is his second freshman game. He started, our second varsity game. Got moved up this week over at Bowie, was his first varsity game. And the first pitch to Medina is fouled away, so no balls and 1 strike. There's a first pitch strike for Sean Kelly. And the next pitch in the dirt. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. That was a beautiful play by Harrison Griffith. What a great way in the first inning of this second varsity game he's played. And bouncing ball to the first baseman, Braden Chambers. He picks that up and steps on the plate for a G3, we'll call that. I don't think there's a B3 for bouncing ball. The next batter is third baseman number 15, Mateus Castillo. Well, this is just the way the Vikings needed to get started here tonight. 2 up, 2 down so far. Clean fielding, and not just clean fielding, but that, again, an incredible play at second by Harrison Griffiths to dive over, get back up, and make the accurate throw to first. First pitch swung on. That's going to go to Griffith also. Sean Kelly covers the first. 3 up, 3 down. That retires the side in order. We'll be back. Leading off for the Vikings in the bottom of the first inning, shortstop number 15, Cameron Weil. So Cameron Weil's going to lead off tonight for the Vikings, playing shortstop, typically a leadoff batter when he's in the lineup. It's good to see him back. I think he might have missed a game. First pitch, going to be outside, it looks like, for ball one. Oh, yeah, so thank you, Mel. Yeah, because Mel pointing out that third baseman playing pretty shallow here up in the grass, and Weil did kind of indicate he might be showing bunt on that first pitch, pull back, and it was high. That pitch is in there for strike one. Now we've got one of these umpires that doesn't call it immediate, so we've got, I couldn't tell where that pitch went, but I won't say a delayed call. He's just deliberate, so 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. Misses for ball 2. Yeah, third baseman still playing in. Their third baseman for Bowie is Mateus Castillo. There's one fouled away back into the parking lot area. And the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hey, Marcus. And sorry for the interruption there. It went silent. I was taking a call from our security guy. We play all kinds of roles up here in the booth. Going to have to make an announcement for some vehicles that need to be moved here shortly. Another one fouled away, so Cameron Weil staying alive here and getting into the pitch count early on the starting pitcher, Mike Dews for Bowie. And another one fouled away. So still a full count here. And the payoff pitch coming again. And there's another one fouled away. Mel, you have an estimate of how many foul balls that is? It's 10 pitches so far here in the first, not just the first inning, but the first batter of the first inning. I think this goes down as a quality at bat for Cameron Weil. By the way, if you're listening to us and you want a shout out, you can text us at 817-719-6522. Give that number again here in a moment. Here's another payoff pitch and another one fouled away. Cameron Weil's going to go through a case of baseballs here, Mel, isn't he? The phone number again, if you want to text us and let us know you're listening, we'll be happy to give you a shout out. Let us know who you are, where you are, and if you have a connection to one of the players or not, or if you're just a Viking fan. 817-719-6522. And another payoff pitch coming. And that one's fouled. That one stays in the ballpark. That one's easily retrievable at least. No telling how many are out there rolling around in the parking lot and kids chasing them. I still remember back in the day when Little League, you go chase a foul ball and you take it back and they give you a free snow cone at the concession stand. But those days are long gone. Another payoff pitch. There's a fly ball into left center, maybe into the gap. It does fall. It's going to roll to the fence. Cameron's going to second, and he's going to stay there. A leadoff quality at bat stand-up double for Cameron Weil. The next batter is number 9, the pitcher, Sean Kelly. How many? 15? 13 pitches to Cameron Weil. There's a bunt laid down, and he is safe. Ahora bateando, número 22, Jose Gutierrez. So now Jose Gutierrez comes up to the plate, and I had to adjust my Spanish a little bit, usually wearing number 24, 24. Comes in the gold jerseys, number 22. First pitch to Jose, missed. Oh, it's in there for strike one. He waited extra long to call that one. But the Vikings starting off just the way they need to with a stand-up double by Cameron Weil, then an infield single on the bunt by Sean Kelly. Runners at the corners, first and third, nobody out. That pitch misses. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike to Jose. The wind seems to be blowing pretty much towards left field. Yeah, now it's kind of blowing in. That pitch misses, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. I want to give a shout out to Aunt Linda and Uncle Pat. Those are Braden Chambers' aunt and uncle listening in Centerville, Ohio. They say go Vikings. Well, thank you so much, Aunt Linda and Uncle Pat, for listening in. Runner goes. There's a throw to second. It's cut. But that's going to be a stolen base. And takes away the force, and now runners at second and third for the Vikings with nobody out. Count 3 balls and 1 strike. That pitch misses, and there's ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. The next batter, number 17, first baseman, Braden Chambers. Well, Aunt Lynn and Uncle Pat, here's your nephew. He swings at the first pitch. It's a roller to the second baseman. He bobbles it, and there's not going to be a play anywhere, and the run scores. So Braden reaches on an error. Scoring on the play, number 15, Cameron Weil. The next batter, number 8, Bryce Cox. Courtesy runner at second base for the Vikings, number 12, Charlie Frawley. Yes. Hey, Marcus. Marcus. I missed it. He'll give us a count here in a minute. We're sorry, we're kind of talking to each other up in the booth. A lot of activity going on. We know there's one strike, and umpire's not correcting it yet. So it's something, and at least a strike. Nobody out, bases loaded. There's a bouncer to the third baseman. He's going to throw home. They get to force it home. No, he's called safe. He must have stepped off the bag. Scoring on the play for the Vikings, number 9, Sean Kelly. Your attention, please. We have 2 vehicles that need to be moved, if you would. A white Lexus, license plate BDY8808. White Lexus BDY8808, and a black Fusion, license plate DF3R422. The other one, a black Fusion, DF3R422. Please move that as soon as you can. Welcome back. First pitch to Kyle Foster. It's fielded at second. He steps on it and then throws to first for the double play, but Charlie Frawley scores. Scoring for the Vikings, number 12, Charlie Frawley. The next batter for the Vikings, designated hitter number 20, Preston Gomez. First pitch to Gomez misses for ball 1. There's a bouncing ball over to the second baseman. He picks it up, makes a turn, and throws in time. But the Vikings take a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. We'll be back for the second inning. leading off for the Volunteers in the bottom or the top of the second inning, number 21 catcher Josh Yamas. Well, welcome back already. We're going into the top of the second inning. The Vikings took a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Some good hitting, one error, some good base running. First pitch in there for strike one. There's a liner that's going to go in for a base hit out in left center field just over the head of the shortstop, not playable. So a leadoff single for Josh Yamas. The next batter is first baseman number 12, Justin Sharp. So Justin Sharp will come up to bat now. He's the number 5 batter in the order for the Volunteers. Nobody out and one on here in the top of the second inning. First pitch fouled away. And the 0-1 pitch inside for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bouncing ball to the shortstop, and he'll get the lead runner. Of course, that's going to be Cameron Weil. I'm having to readjust. He's usually at second, our usual shortstop pitching. But that'll go down as a 6-4 to get the lead runner. And Sharp reaches on a fielder's choice. The next batter is right fielder number 11, Zach Casey. First pitch in there for a strike. I've got 5 first pitch strikes now for Sean Kelly tonight. So doing a good job of getting ahead of these batters. No one reached in the first inning, 3 up, 3 down. Leadoff single, but then on the next batter, that runner was out at second on a fielder's choice. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. A good year. It sets up well outside. Couldn't tell if he was going to maybe be ready to have a pop throw over to first base. That'll miss for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But Sean Kelly had a pitch to give there, and he does. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he gets rung up for strike 3. First strikeout of the night recorded, a called strike 3 for Sean Kelly, and that's going to be against number 11, Zach Casey. The next batter, second baseman number 23, Zach Dews. I remember seeing Sean Kelly pitch some back in the days of North Arlington Little League and all ball. He had some pretty good outings. I've seen him pitch occasionally over the years here at Lamar. One heck of a shortstop, and he can do a lot of things with the bat, on the mound, in the field. Great all-around player and a good kid. And the first pitch in there for strike 1. So it's 3-0 in favor of the Vikings. There's 2 outs and 1 on, a runner at first. Top of the second inning. Count, no balls and 1 strike. Sean looks over at first. Short lead over there, maybe a couple of steps. Here's a pitch. Just misses high for ball 1. Yeah, it's nice to see Coach LaHue's son
Throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Coach LaHue came over to Lamar this year from Bowie High School. Well, I know he was a coach. I'm not sure how many years there, but Coach LaHue, a great guy, and it's great to see his son out here throw out that first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike two, and that'll take the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the Vikings starting off just the way they need to tonight, and hopefully this carries through, and hopefully those storm clouds stay away from us. There's a fly ball lifted into shallow left field, and it's caught by our shortstop Cameron Weil for the 3rd out. Still 3-0. We'll be back. Leading off in the bottom of the 2nd inning for the Vikings, number 18, Harrison Griffith. Well, welcome back to the broadcast. We're going into the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Vikings scored 3 in the bottom of the 1st. That's the score, 3-0. First pitch to Harrison Griffith. Jams him inside. He swings, fouls it away. It's going to be no balls and 1 strike. Again, mentioned it earlier, but Harrison, a freshman, playing up at the varsity level, his 2nd varsity game this season. First one he played over at Bowie. Done a great job so far tonight on some opportunities playing second base. There's a rolling, bouncing ball to the shortstop, picks it up, throws over in time for out number 1. The next batter is number 7, Brendan Schaefer. And Brendan's the number 9 batter in the order, so this will have us batting around so far now. Swings on the first pitch, fouls it over toward the visitor's dugout. It rolls out to the umpire. He's looking at a no ball, 1 strike count. On deck is Cameron Weil. Next pitch had some movement on it, didn't it, Mel? Kind of drops down low for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that pitch, the umpire says misses for ball 2. Bowie crowd getting a little restless with the umpires here, having agreed with some of the calls, either at first or at home, or now some of the pitches. Count 2 balls and 1 strike to Brendan Schaefer. He lines one out down the first base line. That's going to go foul. And the count evens up to 2 balls and 2 strikes. One out, nobody on, bottom of the 2nd inning. The Vikings lead 3-0. And here's the next pitch. Oh! It hit his bat and then hit him. And I thought it was going to hit him, so foul ball. Fortunately, the bat took the brunt of that, so the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss. It's dropped. Catcher picks it up, though, throws over, and that'll go down officially as a strikeout swinging on Brendan Schaefer. Number 15, Cameron Weil. So Cameron Weil is going to come up for his second at bat tonight. He led off the game with a stand-up double and then scored the first run of the game. What's that? Exactly. Yeah, just like Mel was saying, the last time Cameron was up at bat, not only did he get that stand-up double lead off, but it took 13 pitches. He fouled away quite a number of them. First pitch to him, low and outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes. Two outs, nobody on. Bottom of the second inning, the Vikings lead 3-0. Third baseman playing shallow. There's a pop ball or fly ball that's going to go into foul territory into the Vikings bullpen. And the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. And now the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch outside, count goes full, and the Volunteer fans not happy with that, but that pitch was about as outside as it gets. There's a line drive into left center field. That's going to be a base hit for Cameron Weil, and he makes a big turn, but he'll be happy with a stand-up single at first. So 2 for 2 for Cameron Weil. Number 9, Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly got a single and scored the second run of the game back in the first inning. So the Vikings now trying to see if they can get a 2-out rally going with the top of the order here. Pitch is low, but he swings on it and misses for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Looks like we've got our Viking fan Donna from the Crowley area listening in tonight. Again, if you're listening and want us to give you a shout out and let us know if you have a connection to a player, you can text us. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. I couldn't tell if he checked, but the umpire said he definitely went around. You can text us at 817-719-6522. Let us know that you're listening and watching in. No balls, 2 strikes. The runner goes, swing and a miss. Of course, that was out number 3 even before they threw down, but good play by the catcher just in case.
Leading off for the Volunteers at the top of the third inning, number 7, left fielder Anthony Weichheiser. Well, welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the top of the third inning now. The number 8 batter in the order, leading off. And he fouls that one away just over the visitors' dugout, off the first base line. Another first pitch strike for Sean Kelly, and the count, no balls and 1 strike. There's a ground ball hit to the second baseman. Harrison Griffith picks up and throws to Braden Chambers at first. And there's another 4-3 tonight. The next batter is the pitcher, number 20, Mike Dews. So Mike Dews, the starting pitcher. Yeah, we can see Dews' mom. I think she has 2 players out here tonight. She's got 20 on one sleeve. That's the pitcher, and I think his brother Zach is at second. First pitch misses for ball 1. The first non-first pitch strike and quite a few batters for Sean Kelly. The number 9 batter in the order for the Volunteers. Went out, nobody on. Top of the third inning. Vikings lead 3-0. And that pitch misses on the other corner, low. And it's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. There's a pitch low. And now the count goes to 3-0. And now Coach Kino's going to come out and talk to Sean Kelly and just maybe settle him down a little bit. Got another shout out to mention. Dottie up in Syracuse, New York, a Viking fan, listening and watching in, so hello. That was a pretty quick visit. Kind of probably just going up there and say, hey, just remember what we're doing here. Settle down. You've been ahead a bunch of these batters. What are you doing after the game? And so on. 3 balls and no strikes to number 20, Mike Dews, the pitcher, number 9 batter in the order. And there's strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. And that's going to be ball 4. And the first walk issued tonight by Sean Kelly. Not necessarily the one you want to walk, the number 9 batter. And he's going to have a courtesy runner being the pitcher. Looks like that's number 22. Courtesy runner at first base, number 22, Montez President. The next batter, number 4, Alan Mancias. So Montez President will be the runner at first for the Volunteers, courtesy runner for the pitcher. And Mancias, his second at bat, he grounded out to Harrison Griffith at second in the first inning. That was that incredible play where Harrison really dove, got back up quickly, and threw to first for that out. One ball and no strikes. That pitch wiggled its way into the strike zone and evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. That had some interesting movement. Yes. Yeah, that pitch had some interesting movement on it and found the strike zone. 1 out, 1 on. It was a high fly ball. Third baseman Bryce Cox calling for it. And he hauls it in for out number 2. The next batter is number 13, Francis Medina. So Francis Medina will come up to the plate for his second time tonight. He grounded out to the first baseman, Braden Chambers, back in the top of the first inning. He's the number 2 batter in the order. Third batter tonight, or this inning. And he fouls the first one away.
Back over toward the on-deck circle. And Sean Kelly starts out ahead of this batter. No balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, 1 on, a runner at first. He's the courtesy runner for the pitcher who reached on a walk. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Runner going. Here's a throw from Gutierrez. It bounces off to the wrong side of the plate. Gets away from Weil, but not too far that they can't kind of keep the runner in check. So stolen base at second. There's a bouncing ball to the shortstop. Cameron Weil picks it up. He throws across in time by half a step. And that's going to be a 6-3, and that retires the side. The score is still 3-0. We'll be back. Well, welcome back, and we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Starting off here, Jose Gutierrez going to lead off for us. His second at-bat tonight. Reached on a walk back in the 1st inning. First pitch swung on a line drive to the second baseman, so 1 pitch, 1 out there. Goes down as an L4. Number 17, Braden Chambers. Hey, how you doing, Calvin? Good to see you, man. This is my brother-in-law, Mel. This is Calvin. Calvin used to play up here a few years ago. And the first pitch in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Welcome Calvin Scheib up to the broadcast booth. He's been up here a couple of times. Say hello during the season. Former Viking player. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Vikings lead 3-0. 1 out, nobody on. He tips that one, gets a piece of it enough to stay alive at 0-2. Well, it sure wouldn't hurt for the Vikings to have another powerful inning here. He tips that one. So still no balls and 2 strikes. That pitch is going to miss outside. I'm hesitant to call some of these before the umpire does. He's not the quickest draw in the West, so to speak. But that one does miss outside for 1 ball and 2 strikes. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Number 8, Bryce Cox. So Bryce Cox comes up to the plate, and that's where my notes get a little bit sketchy. I can't remember if he reached on the error last inning, but he did get on base, but then was out on a double play. And he looks at a first pitch, ball 1. Boy, the sky turning different kinds of interesting colors. It's dark and ominous off to the east towards Dallas. I'm colorblind, but it's an interesting color off to the west toward Fort Worth. That ball, I thought it was going to hit him, but it bounces off the bat. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bryce started off this season on quite a hitting streak. Had some doubles and singles. To look for him to maybe get something out towards left field. Pitch is going to miss inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch misses for ball 3. So now Bryce looking at a 3-1 count. I'm going to guess he's only going to swing if he's pretty sure of it. And the 3-1 pitch. And that misses for ball 4. Oh. Full count, 3-2. I didn't see him call the strike. Umpire's very slow on some of these calls. It makes it challenging for the batters and the announcers and the scoreboard operator. Because I even waited. Bryce thought it was long enough. He tossed the bat back towards the on deck. He fouls that one away. Count stays at 3-2. And as he started to advance to first, the umpire called him back, said, no, it's a strike. Well, timely call would help in a situation like that. And then there's a swing and a miss for strike 3 to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. The score remains 3-0. We'll be back. Leading off in the top of the 4th inning for the Volunteers, number 15, Mateus Castillo. So Mateus Castillo comes up to lead off in the top of the 4th inning for the Volunteers. And the game moving along at a pretty good clip. We started somewhere around 7:15, a little bit late because of the weather. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. I've got at least 9 first pitch strikes now for Sean Kelly. And the 0-1 pitch on its way. And a swing and a miss. Well, it's tipped, but still strike 2 because of the foul tip. Want to say hello to Mike Missel, Bradley's dad, who's watching from West Bloomfield, Michigan, and looking forward to Bradley's return next week. Mr. Missile, we want to thank you so much for not only tuning in, but letting us know you're doing so. That pitch misses for ball one. We are also looking forward to Bradley coming back into the lineup, hoping he's feeling 100% very soon, if not already. That pitch misses, and they count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one got away from Sean just a little bit, went inside. And just in case you've missed it, let us know if you want to shout out. You can text us at 817-719-6522. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Speaking of 2-2, Jose tries to frame that one, but it misses, and the count goes full at 3-2. And the payoff pitch. And he rings him up for strike 3. The next batter is number 21, Josh Yamas. So Josh Yamas comes up to bat. He led off in the second inning, grounded out to the shortstop, Cameron Weil, who threw over in time at first base. Right-handed batter. He's the number 4 batter in the order. First pitch in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to drop low for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the temperature's starting to drop a little bit. And there's a cold front behind this system that's going to come in through Arlington. If I understand, the temperature in the morning could be around 40 degrees or so. So looking for quite a temperature drop once this dry line moves through. High fly ball to center field. Looks to be catchable and is brought in by Kyle Foster for out number 2. Batting next for the Volunteers, number 12, Justin Sharp. Justin Sharp comes up to the plate. Now, he reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. They got the lead runner, the runner at first. I got him out at second. Couldn't turn the double play, so he reached on a fielder's choice and then was left stranded. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. So I've got Sean Kelly now at 11 first pitch strikes, which indicates here in the 4th inning he's doing a great job of getting ahead of most of these hitters he's facing. That pitch, strike 2, caught the inside edge. And the 0-2 pitch on its way. Fouled over toward the soccer field behind the visitor stands off the first base line. And the count stays at 0-2. Another 0-2 pitch. Swung on. That one's going to get fouled right over the broadcast booth towards my vehicle right behind us. And anyone that knows that vehicle knows it. If it gets hit by a ball, no one's really probably going to notice too much. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. High fly ball. Looks to be playable by Sean Kelly. He's coming off the mound. He calls it loudly, and he brings it in. And it's 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 4th. We'll be back. Welcome back to the game. Kyle Foster, center fielder, that made that catch for the final out of the top of the fourth. Going to lead off here for the Vikings. That's a first pitch ground ball to the second baseman. Bobbles it some, picks up and catches him by about a quarter of a step for out number one. So one pitch, one out there on the 4-3 against number 3, Kyle Foster. Number 20, designated hitter, Preston Gomez. So Preston Gomez comes up to the plate for the second time tonight. He made the final out of the first inning. Looking to get a hit here, get things started off. Bouncing ball towards the third baseman, but it goes foul. And he'll start off with an 0-1 count. And again, having fun getting these messages from people around the country that are tuned in. So once again, if you want to shout out, let us know by texting 817-719-6522. Let us know if you have a connection to a player or a coach, or if you're just a general Viking fan. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, high fly ball going down the third base line. Going to go foul and into the bullpen. So the count goes now to 0-2 for Preston Gomez. Got called up to the varsity team a couple of weeks ago. There's a little looper, had a weird twist on it. It's going to be picked up and fielded by the first baseman, and he goes back to first unassisted, so we'll call that a G3 against number 20. Number 18, Harrison Griffith. So Harrison Griffith comes up to the plate for his second time tonight. He grounded out to the first baseman back in the second inning to lead off. Looks at a first pitch inside, maybe low for ball one. And he'll start off with a 1-0 count. And that pitch catches the inside edge of the strike zone, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch low, good job being blocked by the catcher. Of course, no one on base, but still always a good idea just to be practicing that. The count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike to Harrison Griffith. Right-handed batter, freshman, playing second base tonight. That pitch caught the outside edge. Now the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. 2-2-2 across the top of the scoreboard out there. Nobody on. Bottom of the fourth inning, Vikings lead 3-0. And there's a looper out to right field. It looks to be playable, and it is for out number 3. Score remains 3-0. We'll be back.
Leading off in the top of the 5th inning for the Volunteers, number 11, Zach Casey. Well, Zach Casey's going to lead off here in the top of the 5th inning. Some outstanding pitching tonight and fielding, but the pitching by Sean Kelly tonight. There's a ground ball, bounces to the shortstop. Cameron Wow picks it up, throws it in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. And that was another fantastic play. That was reminiscent of what we see Sean Kelly do over at shortstop. Charges that ball, moves laterally, picks it up, and gets the ball over to first base just in time for out number 1 on 1 pitch. The next batter is number 23, Zach Dews. So one of the two, I'm going to assume, Dews brothers tonight for the Volunteers. The next one we'll see here in a couple more batters. There's a high fly ball that's going to go to the shortstop. No, the third baseman, Bryce Cox. Cameron Wow coming over, but Bryce Cox had it, waved him off. 2 pitches, 2 outs. So that goes down as an F5 on number 23. Number 7, Anthony Weichheiser. Weichheiser comes up for his second time tonight. He led off in the 3rd inning, grounded out to the second baseman, Harrison Griffith, who threw him out at first. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the 5th. Can we see a 3-pitch inning? I'm sure he has the red light. No, he swings on it. It's a fly ball. Sean Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw a 3-pitch inning.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Leading off in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Vikings, number 7, Brendan Schaefer. Well, after that 3-pitch inning by Sean Kelly and his defensive players, he'll get the credit for the pitches. He has to share some credit with the people that come. Schaefer shows bunt, puts it down. The pitcher picks it up and throws him out in time, and that's going to be a 1-3. The next batter for the Vikings, number 15, Cameron Weil. First pitch swung on, it goes foul over toward the parking lot. The shattering glass reminds us to remind you that RJ Construction is a leader in window replacement in the Metroplex. Call Trent at RJ Construction, a proud sponsor of Lamar Viking Baseball. There's another foul ball. That's a grounder back over to the dugout. It bounces off the wall. And the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes for Cameron Weil, our leadoff batter overall, second batter in this inning. There's a fly ball out to center field, looks to be playable, and that is brought in by the center fielder, number 13, Francis Medina. Number 9, Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly comes up to the plate. Third time tonight. And the first pitch in there for strike one. And just as Mel was saying here a couple minutes ago, really great job pitching by both pitchers tonight. All of the action for the Vikings really coming in the first inning. We did have one base hit in the second. There's a base hit for Kelly that goes just over the reach of the second baseman. Takes a big turn, but he's going to be satisfied with a single. Stand-up single by Sean Kelly. Ahora bateando, número 22, Jose Gutierrez. So Jose's going to come up to the bat, up to the plate here. See if we can get a two-out rally going with Sean Kelly on at first after that single. Vikings lead 3-0. There's 2 outs. Pitcher looks over. Kelly retreats. He's going to take a pretty decent lead, about 2.5 steps, just to the curve of the grass. Here's the pitch. He's going. The throw, it's in time, and that's going to catch Sean Kelly trying to steal, and that'll be the end of that. So basically, to a certain degree, 4 up, 3 down, even though there was only one pitch. Jose will be back in the bottom of the 6th. 3-0, we'll be back. Leading off in the top of the 6th inning for the Volunteers, number 20, Mike Dews. Well, we are moving on quite rapidly here. We've been going just a little over an hour, and we're in the top of the 6th inning. Quite a pitcher's duel going on. First pitch in there for strike one. So Sean Kelly continues to get out ahead of most of these batters tonight with the first pitch strike. All the scoring, 3 runs done in the bottom of the first inning by the Vikings. A couple of hits, a walk, an error, a couple other things that happened. And there's a strike 2. Other than that, the Vikings have had 1 hit in the 2nd, 1 hit in the 5th. The Volunteers had runners in the 2nd and 3rd, but that's it. There's a fly ball to center field. Kyle Foster brings that one in for out number 1. Well, that's the way to go, because last time that number 9 batter got on base with a walk, and so this time they keep him off. Number 4, Alan Mancias. So Alan Mancias comes up to the plate for his 3rd time tonight.
led off the game, grounding out to second. Then a fly ball to third base. Bryce Cox brought that in the third inning. And another first pitch strike. Quite a different story from the game Tuesday night where the Vikings were over at Bowie. That's ball one. It got away from Jose, but no one on base, so no blood, no foul there. Bowie, I believe, got off to like a 7-1 lead in the first inning. They end up winning 10-1. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Line drive, that'll be a base hit. That's hit sharply. That's rolling all the way to the fence. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Alan Mancias. Batting next, number 13, Francis Medina. So Medina will come up to the plate for his third time. Grounded out to the first baseman in the first. Grounded out to the shortstop in the third inning. And now he'll come up to the plate with one out and a runner on at second. So the Volunteers trying to get something going here, trailing 3-0. We are in the top of the sixth inning. Fortunately, the worst of the weather dodged us. Some of it went south, some went north. First pitch, going to miss for ball one. Boy, Sean Kelly, quite a young man, great player at so many different parts. Obviously, usually at shortstop, but tonight did a great job on the mound. Hits the ball well. There's a ground ball that's going to get between first and second for a base hit. Throw's going to come in. It's going to be knocked down at home. And now the runner at first is going to get to second on that. Now you got two runners on at second and third with only one out. The next batter, number 15, Mateus Castillo. Now the umpires are trying to convince the Blue players to all get completely inside the dugout, get all their bats and all their gear in there. They've kind of left a few things strung out over there toward the on-deck circle. Of course, that's a safety issue. They're not just being picky. Someone comes running over there to make a catch. Don't want to be tripping over stuff, stepping on a bat or a player. Castillo's third at bat. He struck out looking back in the fourth. Grounded out to the second baseman in the first. Looking for his first time to reach first base tonight here. 1 out, 2 on. That ball is going to go foul into the parking lot over behind the Vikings dugout. So the tying run is at the plate. There's 1 out. Castillo is the third batter overall in the order. Has yet to reach tonight. That pitch catches the outside edge for strike 2. I thought it was a strike. The umpire waits a little while before he calls it. I thought he was going to end up calling it a ball, but he finally made the call, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. A strikeout would be excellent here if Sean Kelly can pull that off, because there's no force right now out on the plate, on the bases. With only 1 out. Gutierrez sets up way outside, looking to maybe have a pop throw to third or something, but now they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball. No. 1 ball. No price. Easy. Either one of us and anyone who comes up here knows you can get zoned out pretty easily up here. There's a little bouncer to the second baseman. Harrison Griffith makes the throw. A great stretch for the out, but there is 1 run going to score. So we'll take that out, number 2, on the 4-3. Scoring is number 4, Alan Mancias. The next batter, number 21, Josh Yamas. What just happened? Did he hit him? I was looking down, making my stat notes, and I'm guessing. No, because this is another batter. Number 12, Justin Sharp. 2 outs. Let's clear the count. I think he got hit by a pitch or something. Looks like he was gonna swing, checked it though. It's called a ball, 1 ball and no strike. The Vikings appeal to the field umpire, didn't see any call, but nothing changes, so 1 ball and no strikes. Now there's 2 outs, runners on the corners for the Volunteers. There's a bouncing ball. It's gonna be picked up by Cameron Weil. He's not gonna have a play by the time he got to it. That's not an error, it was just a bad hop or slow hop, and that's gonna score another run. Scoring is number 13, Francis Medina. The next batter is number 11, Zach Casey. So I think that goes down as an infield single. And now there's 2 outs, runners at first and second. Vikings need to have some defense here. Don't let this thing get tied up. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Again, want to thank all the help that we have. Mel Skaggs up here running the scoreboard and helping with some spotting and stats. And, of course, our producer, executive producer, Jay Ryan, at our broadcast headquarters at an undisclosed bunker located somewhere in North Arlington, Texas. Makes all this happen technology-wise. There's a bouncing ball to Sean Kelly. He picks it up, throws, and in time, and that's the 3rd out. The Volunteers score 2. It's 3-2. We'll be back. In the bottom of the 6th inning, number 22, Jose Gutierrez. So Gutierrez comes up to the plate. Now he was at bat when Sean Kelly got picked off at second to end the 5th inning. There's a high fly ball to deep left field. It's back close to the wall, and it's caught on what would be the warning track if we technically had one. So first pitch out there goes down as an F7 against Jose. Number 17, Braden Chambers. Well, had we had a nice gust of wind on that last hit by Jose Gutierrez, that might have gone over the fence. Unfortunately, the wind is a dead calm, as sailors would say. First pitch to Chambers is outside for ball one. Braden struck out swinging back in the third. And he looks at ball two. 2 balls and no strikes to Braden Chambers, who again, aunt and uncle up in Centerville, Ohio, listening and watching in. I want to thank y'all for letting us know. There's a foul tip. And it goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Score 3-2 in favor of Lamar. There's a foul ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch about to be on its way. Oh, caught the outside edge of the outside corner. It'll be a called strike 3 on Kyle Foster. Excuse me, Braden Chambers. Batting next for the Vikings, Bryce Cox. There's a little bouncer back to the pitcher. He picks it up. He's running most of the way to first. Makes a little underhanded lob. 3 up, 3 down. Short order for the Volunteers. Goes down as a 1-3. We'll be back. Leading off in the top of the 7th inning for Bowie, number 23, Zach Dews. Well, if you were going to ask for a scenario to go into the the top of the 7th inning when you're at home, you would say, I want to face the 7, 8, 9 hitters, and that's what we're doing. And speaking of doing, it's Zach Dews who leads off. He's the number 7 hitter. He swings at the first pitch and misses for strike 1. Well, if the Vikings can hold on to this lead and get 3 and swing and a miss there for strike 2, that pitch moved outside some. Dews chased it, swung and missed, strike 2. If we can hold on here, we won't have to play the bottom of the 7th. Now, Jose stood up to, even when he was setting up for that one, now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch coming, and swing and a miss for strike 3. The next batter, number 7, Anthony Weichheiser. So Anthony Weichheiser comes up to the plate. The number 8 hitter in the order. Nobody on and 1 out. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1. I was certain it was a strike, but you got to wait for this umpire. Kelly looking even stronger now than he did earlier in the game. Gutierrez tries to frame that one, but doesn't get away with it, so 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on. We are in the top of the 7th inning. We play 7 innings in high school baseball in Texas. There's a foul ball that goes bouncing over toward the Vikings dugout. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So again, I've unofficially got Sean Kelly at somewhere around 15 first pitch strikes tonight, and that's quite a feat here going into 7th inning. There's a line drive complete back to Sean Kelly. That'll go down as an L1, and we are 1 out away from taking this all-important victory tonight to stay alive in any way possible for a playoff hope. Number 20, Mike Dews. Well, here's the other of the Dews brothers. Not the Blues brothers, the Dews brothers. That pitch in there for strike 1. The number 9 batter, kind of who you'd want to be facing in a situation where there's 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 7th, you're ahead by 1 run. And there's strike 2. Caught the inside corner. The 0-2 pitch is on its way. Gutierrez sets up outside, and he rings him up. Strike 3. And the batter throws his bat down. That was incredible. That's the end of the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, with the final score, Lamar 3, Bowie 2. Lamar High School and Bowie High School would like to thank everybody for showing up to support both teams tonight. Please buckle up and drive home carefully. Well, just to wrap it up here, the Vikings did what they needed to do to get out of here in 7 innings, get an all-important win. Mathematically, I believe they're still alive and still hopeful for a playoff spot. It's going to be challenging, but this was an important time to get up and get a big win. Behind some excellent pitching, including a 3-pitch inning in the 5th by Sean Kelly, and then 3 up, 3 down in the 7th. He got 3 up, 3 down in the 1st, 4th, 5th, and 7th innings. An incredible outing and some great help defensively. Got to give our tip of the hat also to the Bowie pitcher, number 20, Mike Dews. He had 3 up, 3 down in the 3rd, 4th, and 6th innings, only allowing base runners in the 1st, 2nd, and 5th. But the Vikings do what they need to do, come back, and they win it 3-2. Once again, I want to thank Mel Skaggs for running the school board and helping me with some spotting and stats. I want to thank our executive producer, Jay Ryan. I'm Bill Frawley. Until next time, VFND.